And there's something very important, right, Dr. Sammy? You can preview it. Yes, you can preview it before you show it, before you upload it. Okay? Do you like the video? Is there something? Here it's important. It tells you if you want the video to start immediately as soon as the students come in, or do you want to put some information first and then the video plays? So here it gives you the option. I can delay the video a bit, delay it by 10 seconds, or delay it by a minute. You decide when it starts. If you want to give the student info before the video, that's fine. It delays the video. If set to 0, it starts right away. It starts immediately if left at 0. Set a time, it waits. Press OK, and the video starts. The video is now on the slide. It will start right away because I left it at 0, okay? If you want to set a number, of course, it won't play until that specific time has passed. So I press OK, and then the video starts. This video takes a certain amount of time, and now it's there. The video is on the slide. If you want to do something with it, just keep in mind that there's something called, so pay attention to something called, this is just the slide, and there's a specific slide that's selected, just like I told him, for example, coffee. Works in review. It shows the slide you're on, but this is for the video. Pay attention, it comes here, and I display it. Students can zoom, helping teachers add YouTube videos without downloading. I go to the main slide, add another, and then what's next? Do the other person and web object. Sometimes teacher, this is nice, I like it. Sometimes teacher, there's important info I want to include. Should I explain everything in slides, 10 or 20? This info is on a website, so why stress? It's already there, for example. All right, for example, let me give you an example. What's next? After the two teams, sometimes teacher, sometimes this is really nice. Honestly, I love it. Honestly. Sometimes teacher, there's a lot of really important information. If you want to include it, should I explain all the details in these slides? Should I explain it in 10 slides or 20? But this information is already available on a website, so why should I stress myself out? Why complicate things? It's already there on a website, for example. All right, so for example, let me give you an example. For example, I have this topic. It's really nice, which is what, how is the speed of the computer measured? This is an important topic. I want the student to read all this information. Or for example, I put here, I asked him, what are the components? So the components, time is really flying by with the computer. Is there still a lot of information left? So this is how it starts. I like these topics. They really catch my attention. For example, this topic really interests me. Do I want the natural information on this? Instead of exhausting myself, writing all this stuff on the slide, I just do a Ctrl+C like this, and then go here. And it's nice. Honestly, folks, it saves a lot of effort for the teachers, and I just place it here like this. But the most important thing is to make sure you put the complete link you want to use. Let's see, how does the view look like for you? Yes? And here, be careful. What does it tell you? It will give you really nice options. It tells you that you want to display this information inside one slide. The request works with such and such a ruler, and I am B, and I prefer D, frankly, or this one, or not. I did it for you in a new external window. He says to me, okay, if you want to say here, if you want your size, you can set a specific size for him. You told him to display it like this. And then you say, I want the slide size to be this big. You could tell me, is this small, Dr. Sammy? The important thing in this process is that I told him, okay, he will start putting the information in there. All this information is in slide 1. And sometimes instead of telling the student to go to a specific website, you're directing him straight to the information. So you're giving him the information directly. We explained this and we've covered all the parts. Do you want an extra lecture for this? I'll give you the basics fast. Like if you want to do a quick quiz or a task or a quick training for the students. The people you want, right. How long will this information be displayed? The key is that I told him, and he will start putting the information in there. All this information is in slide 1. Instead of directing the student to a website, you're giving him the information directly. We've explained everything and covered all parts. Do you want a separate lecture for this? I'll give you the basics quickly, like a quick quiz or activity for the students. I'll go to it because it has better things than how So you're giving him the information directly. All right, we explained this and we explained that and we explained this and we explained that and we explained everything. We've covered all the parts. Now, do you want a separate lecture for this? Okay, I'll give you the basics quickly. Like if you want to do a quick quiz or an activity or a quick training for the students. Now, I'm going to go to it because it has honestly it has better things than how. If you asked about the good stuff, okay, everything that has passed is clear, folks. Everything that has passed is clear. If it's clear, adjust one. If it's clear, adjust one. Come on, quickly, folks, because time is running out and we only have half an hour left, right? I'm going to, because I'm in it. Honestly, there are better things than how. If I asked about the quiz like this, okay, did everyone understand what we covered? If you understood, adjust one. If you understood, adjust one. Come on quickly, folks, because time is running out and we only have half an hour left, right? That's clear. Excellent. God bless you all. Now I'm going to go to the good stuff here. Do you want to create a quiz or what? No, I'll tell him I want to create one. And pay attention here. It tells you here, you're saying, Dr. Sami, that the speaker here is stronger than Blackboard, right? In the tests, they conduct the tests in a professional manner. Honestly, they conduct the tests in a professional manner. Come and see this because it sets a time for each question. During the test, it sets a specific time and a score. We'll look at the time and all this together. But hopefully, the time will be enough for something called this. Yeah. Come and see this because it sets a time for each question. During the test, it sets a specific time and a score. We'll look at the time and all this together, but hopefully the time will be enough for something called this. This is what I always work on when designing the quiz. If you want to improve the appearance of the questions, you can enhance how they look before they appear to the students. You have something called Group 1. What does Group 1 mean? There's also Group 2. Sometimes we have questions. Folks, we have questions. There can be true, false questions, right? You can have 10 true, false questions. You can have 10 multiple choice questions. Or you can have 10 fill-in-the-blank questions. You can have 10 like that. You can create a group for all the types of questions you want to include. For example, where are the types of questions? Dr. Sami, here are the types of questions. Wow, there are a lot. Dr. Sami, there are 234 types. So we're getting into 12. What about 13 or 14? Is there a question? Yes, there are 14 types of questions. That's great. So, for example, I'll give you 2 or 3 questions. That's enough, and then you can complete the rest. There's something called what? Choose one correct answer. Do you want to tell me if we should say this in Blackboard? Is this available in Blackboard? And don't tell me it's in Blackboard. I know it's there, but there are features here that aren't available in it. How about the questions themselves? Okay, let's check together. If we choose multiple choice, put a question for me. And this group here, I've chosen to start selecting a question from it. I assume this is a group of true-false questions. You can add groups, right? Do you want to add another group from here? From the visitors, you can add a group of 2, like this. You added a group of 2, or you can add a group of 3. You can get a group of 3, and then you can put all the questions in each group. So, I'll go back to the first group. And I start to put the question, for example, I would say, which one of the following is, which of the following are input units? All right. So you, the student, will write here, the mouse edition. Here is the screen. Do you want to add something here? Do you have it here? You can add, the delegation here will add another point, for example, the projector. If you want to add, you can add normally, that's fine. And if you want to put the mouse, you can put an image of the mouse. I mean, you might not want to put the answer as a word here. And there, honestly, that's really nice. If you don't want to include the answer, you can put the answer as text, right? You can put the answer as an image, and you can also put the answer as audio. Wow, what beauty is this? What beauty is this? I mean, I can put the answer as an image, Dr. Sami, and I can also put the answer as audio. And pay attention. The question itself can be text, or it can be audio, or it can be both text and audio, and you can even include a video. All of this, yeah, you could say, well, not just that, there's also something below. the student comes and answers correctly. Give it, for example, 2 points. This question, so if I get it wrong, do I give him a 0? What about these things? Yeah, these things aren't available in Blackboard. Folks, what's this called? If the student answers this question correctly, where does he go? Where does the student go? So here, if he clicks on it, we'll tell him, well, this is a question in among a group of questions. It will say next slide, and he has it set for the next slide. What if it's like a training question and the student gets it wrong? Could it say finish the quiz? I mean, does that mean he got it wrong? From the very first question, he's out of the test. All right. Or if he answers this question correctly, he goes to the second group, then to the third group. Wow, that's interesting. So I'll keep it as it is. What's next? What else is there? You're telling me, Dr. Sammy, that there are things that aren't available in it. Yeah, focus with me. Focus with me. If the student answers the question correctly, and there's something else, yeah, there's something called by and by choice. And I know what the difference between them is. Here, the student has taken it, and of course, here is the first attempt. Do you want to add more attempts? And here, pay attention. If you click on this, yes, this is the time for the question. You set a time for the question. And here's the time in seconds. Honestly, I'll make the student answer within 20 seconds. And is this question random or not? The answers to this question, will they be random or not? So, could this information also be available in the country? I don't know. Is this question not available? What is this? Dr. Sammy.